So recently I became quite bored with questing, having done quite a lot of it over the last few days, and I decided to go and do some grinding. Now this wasn't because grinding's particularly fun, but more because it's simple enough that I can do it while watching Netflix just to get these few levels out of the way when I've got that time on the evening, but I'm too tired from work to actually really play properly or pay attention. So I was on the lookout for potential farming spots, and I went on to WoW Classic's Wowhead page and had a search for level appropriate humanoids that I might be able to test out and see if I can find them in a high enough concentration to be able to turn it into a farming spot. Unfortunately for me, the very first place I have tried seems to be an absolute hidden gem. Now, this location is in Eastern Tanaris. I'll put a map up for you here. And the mobs that we're going to be killing is every sort of pirate imaginable. Now, these pirates, for the most part, it started off as just a farm of humanoids because the mob density tends to be pretty good with humanoids, and also they drop food and cloths, which allow me to eat and turn them into bandages for sustain on my warrior while I'm grinding, so I tend to find it to be the most efficient. But while I was here, I did realise that there were some quests, and I picked those up as well, made this a little bit better of a farm, and I also noticed that these mobs were dropping pirates loot boxes. Now, these little loot boxes, when opened, can provide two different sorts of items that can make for quite a massive increase in gold potential while you're farming for your XP. Now, the first of these is quite simple, and it is the Captain's Key. Now, the Captain's Key opens a special treasure chest that is located nearby that is only openable with the Captain's Key. Now, these lockboxes that you get from the pirates are reasonably rare, probably say 1 in every 10 kills I got one, and then the Captain's Key is a very low chance to get from these lockboxes. But if you do get it, all you need to do is just go to the lockbox and open it with the key. Simple as that. The lockbox often contains 1 or 2 green items and has a decent chance of a blue as well. And I've had 2 of these in my time of farming, so it certainly can occur. The chest in question that you need to open is on the furthest ship in the dock. So what you want to do when you get your Captain's Key is orientate yourself towards the ships. You will always, while in the area for this farm, be able to see where the ships are, so don't worry about getting lost. Find your way up the ramp onto the ship, work your way across the planks from the near ship to the far ship, down the door that will be on the right hand side, down into the next floor of the ship, and then just orientate your way around to the right and to the right again, so you are in the little room at the end here, and you'll see the chest on the floor. It's nearly always there. In fact, it might even always be there. I've never seen it not be there when I've had a chest. When I've had a Captain's Key to use on the chest. But if it's not there, because of the rarity of this key, I imagine you're going to be able to find it next time around or in a few minutes' time very easily. Now, as I alluded to, those lockboxes that we are getting in this farm have 2 main things that we're interested in. The Captain's Key is the rarer and admittedly better of the things that we are looking for. But what you're going to see a lot more of is these 3 map fragments, the lower, middle and upper portion of a map. Now, in of themselves, these can actually be sold on the auction house, and they do sell. I have had a few sales, and you can get decent money for them. However, if you elect to farm them all up and collect a full set, you can right-click on one of them, any of the 3 pieces, and it will convert your map segments into a quest item starter. Now, when you click on this, you will get a quest called Quero's Gold. And for this quest, all you have to do is solve the riddle it gives you and head to the location to find the buried treasure. Now, if you want to enjoy this riddle and figure it out for yourself, then you may want to click away now, but I am going to spoil it for you here for the sake of efficiency for the quest, and basically point out that it is on a beach in southern Tanaris that you wish to go to complete this quest. I'll show you the route that I take. Personally, I tend to gather these map fragments in bulk, and then head down to complete the quest when I'm bored of farming. Now, from the farming location, all you actually need to do is head south out of the location, down all the way, jumping across the cliffs and swimming along where you have to, until you get to this relatively inaccessible beach down at the south of Tanaris. Once there, all you want to do is find one of the makeshift landmarks that are around. They look like shipwreckage with a sort of black sail on them, and then just right click on that and it will summon 5 mobs for you to defeat. These mobs are level 45 and do aggro in a pack of 5 when you've completed the click action on the landmark, so do bear that in mind with regards to your capacity to kill these mobs before you begin. You may wish to consider having some cooldowns available or a friend help if you are level appropriate. Personally, I tend to just sort of overpower them being a few levels higher, although admittedly in this footage I am watching the football at the same time and my performance levels are lacking as a result, so try not to judge me too hard for that one. But yes, all you have to do at this point then is kill these mobs, loot any one of them to get a key, and then you will have noticed that when you right clicked on the landmark, at the time that the pirates appeared, so did a treasure chest. Now this treasure chest is opened with the key that you have looted from the mobs, and contains a couple of green items and again the chance of blues and purples, so pretty fantastic for gold making, along with the actual experience you'll be getting from the farm itself. The best part about all of this, however, is that this quest is actually repeatable and there is nothing stopping you farming up all of the map segments that you wish to be able to take all of it down with you when you go to defeat these mobs and open the treasure chest. So if you have, let's say, 5 of each part of the map, you can head down to this beach, combine them into the quest starter item, take the quest, complete the quest, loot the green items from the treasure chest having defeated the 5 mobs, and then combine them all into another quest item to start the quest again. I am reliably informed that you can in fact actually have the 5 mobs that you kill each grant you a key. If you defeat the 5 mobs when on the first quest and only loot one of them, then combine these map fragments to start the quest again and loot the next one, you will immediately be given another key to open the treasure chest. I haven't yet tested this on myself, but if that's so, then of course the efficiency here would be to take as many map fragments as possible. So whether you intend on following this or whether you'd prefer to simply get the fragments and then sell the map fragments on the auction house is entirely up to you. But what I would say is that if you are going to make the trip down, the most irritating part of this farm is the trip down from the farming location down to the beach in southern Tanaris. I have looked for alternative methods, and while of getting to that beach, and while I have found a few, they do seem to be, if not the same amount of difficulty, then possibly even more difficult and frustrating to get down to the location, so you will want to take multiple maps with you each time, in my opinion. But that's going to about do it for today's video, guys. I do hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider liking the video or subscribing to the channel if you want to be kept up to date with any further ones that I bring out. But as for now, guys, that's going to about do it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Later.